But first, I regret to inform you that the celebrity class are at it again. Just when we thought they decided to steer clear of politics, they're back out there with their daft, ill-informed hot takes. Take tennis legend Serena Williams, who is worth hundreds of millions of dollars in her own right and has married this dude who's also worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You'd think life would be pretty swell. She's healthy, she's wealthy, but certainly she's not wise. You see, Serena is desperate to be a victim. Watch this little performance at a New York City hotel she was staying at recently, and keep in mind, she's chose to film this and share it with the world.
All right, everyone, how do we feel about cotton as decoration? Personally, for me, it doesn't feel great. So actually, it feels like nail polishing for cotton, natural.
Yes, the evils of cotton plants, you know, the ones that go into those Nike garments she endorses. Or are we supposed to be alarmed that because at some point in history slaves picked cotton, that means Serena carries some sort of generational trauma and the mere sight of cotton wool sends her into fits of idiocy? I don't think so, darling. We are done playing those games. You care that much about slavery? Perhaps check out the conditions at some of those Nike factories. Staying in New York City, when did the UN become a platform for emotionally troubled Nepo babies to vent about their paranoid delusions? No, I'm not talking about that one. The delusional misfit, but another one, Violet Affleck. The rich, pampered and clearly overindulged 19-year-old daughter of Hollywood superstars Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, she was given a platform at the UN to spew this unmitigated nonsense.
But when it comes to the ongoing pandemic, our present is being stolen right in front of our eyes. For adults, the relentless beat of back to normal, ignoring, downplaying, and concealing both the prevalence of airborne transmission and the threat of long COVID, manifested in a series of choices. Young people lacked both real choice in the matter and information about what was being chosen for us. Every subsequent infection increases the risk of long COVID and places people who already have it in greater danger. Here's what we don't know, is what it does to reinfect children over and over and over again with no end point in sight from the day they are born.
Yes, that really happened. That girl is the product of terrible parenting, terrible schooling, and the sort of indoctrination that sees her masked every day, everywhere, like that. And she wants that for you and your children. Again, this insane diatribe was heard at the UN.
It is neglect of the highest order to look children in the eyes and say, we knew how to protect you, and we didn't do it. We have access to a technology to prevent airborne disease, something that millions of our ancestors and millions of people around the world today would kill for, and we refuse to use it. And I shudder to think of where we will be in another 5 years of unmitigated infection and reinfection.
Yes, let's bring in useless mask mandates for everyone, everywhere. This is clearly a troubled young woman who needs help, psychiatric help most likely. What she doesn't need is a microphone and cameras and a platform at the UN. Just think what sort of parenting has gone into that. What sort of parents would allow a child to grow up with that sort of hysterical mindset, and instead of correcting it, they allow her, no doubt facilitate her to speak at the UN? Because I doubt she'd be given the honour if both mummy and daddy weren't wildly famous. And let's round off our celebrities sharing their stupid opinion portion of the program with Angelina Jolie. She's dazed and confused, doesn't even recognise her own country anymore. Mind you, she had no issue recognising it when her colleagues like Gina Carano and Roseanne were being silenced and cancelled, when her countrymen, including ordinary mums fighting woke indoctrination, were being persecuted, when the leading presidential candidate was facing unprecedented lawfare. No, none of that troubled Angelina. But when Jimmy Kimmel had a few days off television for deliberately lying about an assassination, well, that had Angelina terrified.
But I don't, at this time, recognize my country. And I think that's, but I've always lived internationally. I've always my family's international, my friends, my life, my worldview is equal, united, international. So anything, anywhere that divides or, of course, limits personal expressions and freedoms and from anyone, I think is very dangerous.
There you go. Hopelessly out of touch, hypocritical and hysterical, the perfect celebrity. Can't wait for her many, many kids to address the UN.